Yo, what up? This is Ree here. Ree up, motherfuck, back again with another video, and let's get into it. So I know a lot of you are wondering, hey, how come they're naming all the variants after the Greek alphabet? It's kind of weird. Yeah, it is weird. It's Kabbalah. This is the Greek Kabbalah, alphabetical mysticism and numerology in the ancient world, right? So let me explain to you what's going on. And because Greek letters are symbols now, just like Hebrew. I know a lot of you have heard of Jewish mysticism when it comes to the Kabbalah, but what about Greek? Same thing. As we have already seen, the letters of the Greek alphabet were used not only as symbols for sounds and numbers, just like Hebrew, but for many other things as well. So a lot of people don't realize that these are symbols, and you don't have to know what it means for it to resonate with you. You don't have to read the language. So let's keep going on. So these are the letters. Let's see. So, and then we go down here. As mentioned earlier, several of the letters of the original North Semitic parent alphabet were also derived from the specific Egyptian hieroglyphs. So these are very ancient. Why were they on there? Let's keep going. So all of them, now it's going to tell you what they mean. We know this one right here, I'm not going to say it, right? The O, the con, right? Was derived from the picture of an eye. I'm trying not to get the algorithm to know what I'm saying. So it's derived from the picture of an eye. Interesting, right? It's interesting they're picking that one. So let's see if it says anything. This pictorial heritage is, in fact, easier to see in the Greek letter forms than in Semitic alphabets such as Hebrew and Arabic, which become more cursive in shape over time. So they become pictures there. You're like, that's interesting. So it doesn't just mean what we think it means, right? It's actually deeper than that. Let's keep going. I'm just skimming through because I know the parts that I want you to hear, and I don't want us to have to read this whole thing. So you have to read this whole thing. I already read this thing. So where was it saying? Oh, yeah, it was up here. Now, right here, during the classical, Roman ages, the letters of the Greek alphabet were associated with planets, stars, signs of the zodiac, musical notes, deities, angels, elements, part of the human body, and numerous other objects and ideas. Same as Hebrew. That's why a lot of witches use Hebrew or use Greek when they're doing spells. Because if you get the right ones that correspond with the right planets and the right transits happening in the sky at the same time, as above, so below, and then you can create. Now, this is science. I don't believe in the deities and angels as like what they're saying that they are in a religious sense. I know it's a science that was kept from us. So let's keep going. So symbolism and correspondence were attached to the letters by the Greeks for a variety of reasons, particularly because of their value or shape, or because they are formed the initial or a particular word or name. So it's going to go on and tell us what each of them mean. And then I have the one down here. And then the Greek word for monarch is the value of 361 counted equivalent to 360 degrees of a circle, presumably because the first degree is counted twice to indicate a complete revolution of the zodiac. So more showing you that this has to do with the zodiac. It has to do with energy. And then the Greek name for the sun, the god of the sun, Apollon, signified a unity between Pollon meant many, as a prefix a was negative. Thus, Apollon to a Greek could be read as a meaning derived of multitude. Apollo was consequently associated with the monarch. So I found that's kind of weird how they called, how they had the Apollo mission to the moon, apparently. I don't believe they even went there, but to the moon, and then they call it the sun god going to the moon. It makes no sense, but anyways. So then we keep going down here. See, it goes really deep. Now, so all of this was also being done in Egypt, right? And then they were also saying this. Okay, alpha. So there's the alpha, the A in Greek, and its magical propriety, not only in conjunction with the other vowels, but also by itself, as having a special power. And Christian Copic spell from about 600 CE, it is set out in wing form. So it's showing you that you can use the Greek alphabet for spells. I know this spell because you can do this with anything. This is a magic spell. So a lot of people do abracadabra, right? And then they'll take off the first letter, then you write all the letters again, then you take off the second letter and you write it again. And then you do that as a spell in making something happen. Or you can write out what you want, like or what you don't have, and then take out the letters until you have only one letter left, and then that will change your reality as well. So they're showing you that Greek letters are used for spells. So think about that. Why are they naming everything after Greek? Think of all the fraternities that are named after Greek letters, okay? And then we all know when it comes to like the Boule, and it comes to Prince Hall, and it comes to, they're all using occult magic. That's what I'm trying to show you, you know? I know this because I was in the music industry and my ex-manager was a boule. So this is what put me onto all of this, because I was in the music industry. So let's keep going. Okay, in Arabic script, the Phoenician letter Alf was written as a vertical line, and it was thus compared to the phallus, an association that in Greek we can fairly safely assume fell in the letter iota. In this historical survey of the sexual culture of the East, Alan Edwards tells of the words of the age momentum. So they're just talking about like how it was used in association with different things. And then yeah, then he goes on. I don't even want to read all this because it doesn't have to do with what I was talking about in the first place. And then it'll keep going. Let me see here. This is just about beta. They haven't used beta yet. We'll see what happens then. And then also all of them equal numbers as well, right? So it'll say the third letter, and this is a symbol for the number 3. So let's go down here. The letter used for the number 4, delta, appears as a symbol for the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, fire, water, defined by early Greek philosopher Empedocles, as well as for other tetrans. This triangle shape and the fact that 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 = 10 led to it being identified with the sacred I can't even pronounce that. The triangular representation of the decade upon which that, okay, this has nothing to do with what I was talking about, but I'm saying it equals the number 4, right? So we have delta equaling 4. 4 equals the number of death as well in numerology. In Chinese, and as Chinese numerology or astrology. And then let's go here. I think that there was just one more part I wanted to show you. Okay, here. Now, the Greek letters for the number 7 through 10 spell the word zethi, meaning live or live long, according to the appearance of the Greek numerals. So isn't that kind of weird that they're naming the you know what, and 7 through 10 of those have to do with living long. And they didn't pick the ones that live long. They have the delta, which is 4. They have, and then they have the O here. No, they don't even have the O. I think that's something else. Yeah, they don't have the O. They have the 7 through 10. Isn't that weird? Yeah, so they picked the ones that you don't live long for. And then they said, I don't even know what the rest of them mean, because they say the other ones equal 6 hours are enough to give. The next 4 stand for meaning live. So that's kind of weird. I don't know. I thought that was super weird. And then we see, but this is how you create spells. Like, I can't tell you exactly. Like, I know it, the word itself, if you take the letters and mix them up again, and it equals media control, which is odd, which is almost like a sigil. So yeah. So we'll see if they use, see also the letter K equals Chronos, which equals Saturn, because it's the god of time, right? So in astrology, we know that. Oh, okay, this is the other one. The letter lambda, right, is connected by philosopher Crantor in the 4th century BCE with Plato's message to the Tamulus describing the primary sequence of numbers giving life to the universe. These numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 27. Demonstrate the principles twice and thrice that were placed on a 2-armed lambda-shaped diagram. So like this. So each arm has 3 intervals. Progression from 2 on a plane of 4 to a cube of 8. The opposite arm shows 3. Okay, yeah, we see that. And so as a means of representing mathematical progression, the letter lambda also became a symbol for the geometric ratio known as the golden selection. Oh yeah, so that was the interesting part too. And it's deriving a line into the 2 unequal parts so that the lesser is in the same proportion as the greater, and the greater is to the whole. The star, pentagon, or pentagram, always associated with magic, requires the portions of the golden selection and for its construction. Now I thought that was also interesting too. So they choose the one that, this one that equals the that is used with the pentagram. Oh yeah, and also this is also where you see it. Pythagoras, the famous drawing of Leonardo da Vinci depicting the figure of a naked man imposed on a pentagram, his feet and legs forming the shape of the letter lambda, can be seen as an attempt to portray the golden selection in dynamic form. I think the golden selection is like the golden ratio in numbers. So look at that. You have that right there, depicted by Leonardo da Vinci. Now they're using it again. It's not, do you guys see that this is not an accident? Like numbers, letters, everything create life. That's the thing. In the Kabbalah, words create life. It's not, you're not looking at the world and then saying words and reacting to it. The words literally create life, and that's what creates spells. That's how we're able to do spells, is spelling and what you're creating. So that's why they use certain words, even in English, that they're saying like authority, and we keep saying, oh, authorities say. Nobody has authority over you. You keep saying that. Nobody, that's a spell. That's for you to be submissive to someone. And you are so much, they're not submissive to anybody. You have your own power. There's nobody that can control you unless you give it up and then they have to use this spelling and give us words and use words against us. So that's the way that they're tricking us. But now, see, with our understanding of what words are, and are going into this and understanding spells and understanding energy and understanding astrology, we can get down to what they're doing to us, and then we can start creating our own lives. But we have to educate ourselves. Like some people will say this is conspiracy, or who cares about what they're doing. No, you have to educate yourself on what's happening, or else you're not aware. Once you have the awareness, then you can change it. So there you go. This is already too long, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys this, and I love y'all. Real motherfucker. All right, easy.